Joining me now is Tristan Leavitt, attorney for IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley. What's Gary's reaction tonight?
He feels vindicated. Both he and Joseph Ziegler really took a huge risk in coming forward. They did it because at the beginning of this year, it seemed like the case was dead, notwithstanding these very strong findings they brought forward. But this absolutely vindicates the claims that they made, which were doubted by so many, in part because they were released to the public right as the Justice Department announced the sweetheart plea deal. So this clearly shows that that plea deal was nothing but a slap on the wrist. And the stunning facts that are in this indictment really also vindicate the investigative work of these agents.
Now, Hunter's attorney appeared on MSNBC earlier today and was asked about whether or not his client was sober when he filed his most recent tax returns. Here's his response.
Was he sober when he filed these returns?
I don't know which year you're talking about. I certainly know that he was sober
when he filed for 2018 and 2020.
I can't sit here today, Katie, and tell you if there is a 25-page tax return and there's one thing on it that could have been relabeled as something else. That's not the point.
Are we supposed to believe he's sitting there meticulously doing his own taxes? Really?
Yeah, it's laughable. But it's the fascinating thing about this case is that there's so much out there about those that did help him to prep his taxes and the assistance he received from others, like Kevin Morris, the Hollywood attorney who gave him $4.9 million, as Joseph Ziegler revealed earlier this week. So there's a lot of information out there for the public to see and judge for themselves.
A source who's close to this story told me today that people should really focus on where this money, the outside money, came from that went to Hunter Biden, that the source of the money is something that's kind of been overlooked. Do you believe that that, in fact, is something that needs more serious examination?
It's absolutely significant. The indictment itself really goes into what he spent his money on and what he didn't spend it on, paying his taxes. But it doesn't go into where he got all this money. And of course, that goes back, as the indictment covers in some small portion, to the 2014 and 2015 years, the Burisma money, where the statute of limitations having expired. There won't be a deep dive into what he did for that money, whether Joe Biden was involved in that money, and the same for other money from China. So those are absolutely questions that congressional investigators need to get to the bottom of.
And Tristan, I should say that Hunter Biden did appear on a podcast today and revealed what he believes is the source of all of his legal problems. Watch.
This may not, in every aspect, be a Russian disinformation campaign, but it has literally every earmark of what the Russians did.
Really? Russia, Russia, Russia again? I thought that was a joke when I first heard it.
It sounds like one. But what really isn't a joke is that the allegations that the whistleblowers brought forward weren't just about Hunter Biden. That's not why the whistleblowers came forward. It was because DOJ tried to cover all of this up. And so David Weiss right now is a special counsel, but we still believe there needs to be a special counsel to investigate his office's actions because he's the one that completely turned around after interacting with Biden administration officials and tried to brush this under the rug.
That and the source of where this money came from earlier, where the statute of limitations was conveniently allowed to run. Tristan, thank you for coming on tonight. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.